Good morning, new teachers. I want to give you a tour of the K12 Education department. This is our receptionist desk where Nicole usually sits. And this is where you enter, and we have a locked door procedure here, just like every department here. And we do have temperature taking that we do every day. We do have the mask we usually wear everywhere we go outside. So I want to show you a little tour of our K12 education. So let's start with our computer lab. This is our computer lab, and here's Nicole doing computer things with a patron here. So we have wonderful computers, up-to-date technology, and children are welcome to come here and use the computers as well as any community member. This is our conference room, and right now it's being used to help some seniors. We have until the end of August to get our seniors totally completed, and we got 2 that are right online, so we're hoping that they make it and get their graduation done or get their diplomas done before August the 30th. So this is my office, and I have room to talk to any parent or family if I need to. So this is my office. We have a small kitchen that we can do treats and have treats for students when they come here. Oh, I didn't tell you about Alicia. We have another employee who is not here today. Alicia Whitehead, she is the caseworker for our department. She handles some of our more difficult cases like IEPs with the school district and students who have disabilities. She handles that. And just so you know, this is a picture of this year's graduates. This is them when they were in Head Start, and this is some of the pictures of when they graduated this year. So we're quite proud of our students and the work they've done. So that's some of our kids. And this is our library. We have a wonderful selection of books in this library. We do not have a librarian right now, but students are welcome to come and get books. And this summer we had the Bushwhacker program, which is a program in the summer for kids to earn a little bit of money. We had them reading books and doing book reports. So we felt that that was a good thing to do with our Bushwhacker program this year. So it's a good thing. This is Betty's office, and she is our culture and language person. And you can tell that she does a lot of things with arts and crafts with the kids. We've made teepees, other medallions that she's made with the students. There's a uke cradle board. And so this is Betty's office. And here's an example of some of the language that she's been teaching the kids. So we think that's very, very important. And every Wednesday, this little classroom is full of children who are willing to learn and want to learn the language. So we're quite proud of this office. And this is Marilyn in her office. She's our truancy officer, and this is her office. So you can come and visit her anytime you'd like. So, and this is it open? Yeah. This is our transportation. This is Shirley May's office, and she's our driver. We also have another driver who has an office on the other side, Kiana Ketchum. And she's not here with us today, but she is one of the other drivers that help with our transportation. And then this is Ephraim's office. It's locked. This is Ephraim's office. He's our student support coordinator and boarding school representative. Good morning, new teachers. It's a pleasure to welcome you to Toyoc. I know you're not here physically, but you can see the video, and I'm hoping that it's going to be wonderful and you can see everything that we see every day. We're very pleased to be here. We are the K12 education staff, and we provide services to those students who attend RE1 and the Kiva, the other charter schools, Battle Rock, and SWOS. So we're very happy to be here and help our students to make way in those schools to get a good education. So we do what we can to assist, and we're very happy to do that. Just so you know, I am providing this pamphlet, and I will include a copy for whoever's there with you to give this to you. It's a Mountain Ute tribal pamphlet that shows our lands. It tells about the history, a short history of the tribe and our bands. It tells a little bit about the chronology of our tribe, what we've been through, how long we've had formal education. It also tells about the bear dance. It tells about the sun dance, which is very, very important to us. And it tells a couple of stories. It tells the creation story. It has the Ute brush shelter, explaining that. And it also has a couple of other stories for you to share with your students. And if you wish some of our staff to come up, and I know this is a hard year, we may not be able to do that, but you can certainly have a video taken and they can share stories. Especially our elders love to share stories. So if you'd like that during the year, you can just let myself or Miss Betty Howell know, and she will make that happen. So we want our children to know these things, and we want you to know them, because it's part of who we are here at Toyoak. So our job here is to help connect you, the teacher, with parents, students, any issue that you have. We're here to help you with that. So we hope that you will reach out to us and trust us with helping that student to learn. That's our goal, is to help students learn.
Hello teachers, my name is Marilyn House and I work for the K12 department here in Toyoak, Colorado. I am the Truancy officer for the Ute Mountain Ute tribe and I serve the Toyoak area. I'm going to be telling you what my department does and how I serve the community of Toyoak. Let's see. I'm going to be telling you about my mission statement for the Truancy department. Our mission statement is to work non-discriminately with parents and families to assist with reasonable efforts that all school-age children are given the opportunity to achieve their educational goals here in Toyoak. The Truancy Intervention Program supports children between the ages of 5 and 18 living within the boundaries of the Ute Mountain Ute Reservation who are attending school in Cortez, Colorado. It is the goal of the Ute Mountain Truancy Intervention Program to educate the community on the importance of education, to ensure that every school-age child is given the opportunity to receive an education, to provide intervention strategies between the school, parents, and children, and to enforce the Ute Mountain Ute Tribal Truancy Ordinance that we have. My office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And I just want to clarify what an unverified absence means and our terminology for it. For middle and high school, one unverified class period is when we have no contact from the family to the school. That's marked as an unverified absence. Also, 4 tardies will equal 1 unverified absence. And these are a little bit of facts about truancy that studies have shown 1 tardy student interrupts the entire class for an average of 10 minutes every time they come in. Truant students are 2 to 8 times more likely to be involved with juvenile justice systems, and 97% of the suspended students are later expelled throughout the school year. 82% of the prison population dropped out of school, and 70% of suspended students were habitually truant before. Also, we do have a truancy ordinance here in Toyoak, which is every school-age child from 5 to 18 must attend an educational program. Right now, with these times of online learning, we did add that into our truancy ordinance. So still, children 5 to 18 are required to be in some sort of educational program, whether it be online or in person, virtually, or whatever the student's needs may be. We just ask that they stay in school. I'm going to read you some lists of phone numbers if you need to get in contact with myself or the court system. The Ute Mountain Ute tribal phone numbers for the education department are 970-564-5348, and the Toyoak CFR court, which our truancy paperwork does go into, is 970-565-8472, and my number is 970-564-5346. I do work Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and if you need to get a hold of me, those numbers are my direct line. We just ask that if you notice a child missing school or having a hard time, please get a hold of us. Those numbers are directly to us, and we're more than happy to help to go out to see what the reason why the child isn't in school. We all agree that a child's education is important to our culture and to our well-being. If you have any more questions or you'd like to get a hold of me, please contact me with the following numbers I gave. Thank you.
Good morning, new teachers. My name is Ephraim Wall, and I'm looking forward to meeting y'all to come work with us here on the UMIU reservation. And my job here within our education department is I am the student service coordinator plus board and school representative. I work with students from the RE1 school district, and we make sure that they are being taken care of within the school, whether it's stuff that pertains to being expelled, suspended. We try to get them back in school, get them on the right track. So I work with our director in our school district. So that's part of my duties. And the other part is I work with the off-reservation boarding schools, students that attend 3 different boarding schools in Oregon, California, and Oklahoma. So my duties are to get these students enrolled and getting where they need to get for school. So, and right now, we're looking forward to this new school, and we're going to be working with you guys with, myself and Betty are going to be working with the traditional portion of the school. So we are looking forward to this new adventure that's coming upon us. So, let's say thank you, and you guys are more than welcome to give me a call here at 970-564-5429. That is my direct line to my office. If you have any questions, give me a call. More welcome to answer any questions that you might have, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys this coming year.
Hi, my name's Nicole Taylor. I work here at the K12 Education. I'm the receptionist / computer lab tech. I help the community that come into our building and try to assist them with what they need help with. And I answer the calls, make coffees, and do other job duties that I'm supposed to. Oh, and I work with the library. I try to keep it up to date and keep everything going good.
My name is Shirley May, and I do transportation from K12 for Cortez, and we take kids up to Cortez when they miss the bus. We limit them to 2 rides, and after that their parents got to take them up. And we do Kiva run in the morning at 7:20, and there's about 14 kids in kindergarten Kiva. That's maybe there's 2 or 3, and then we do after school tutorings, Mesa, Mana, and Kemper, and middle school and high school too. And I help around the department, and I have another driver that helps me because we have different routes that we do from probably 7 in the morning to sometimes it runs to 5:30. And I just help around here, try to keep busy and just try to do things and keep our buses with maintenance, oil check, and we talk to Tristan and communicate with him, and also the parents. We have to get permission for them to ride, and we have rules on our bus too. So the parents got to sign those with the contact numbers in case the kid misbehaves. So sometimes they have to pick up the kids We just don't drop them off. I usually sit at the gym and until a parent comes, pick up a child, and if they're not picked up, we usually take them to the shelter.
Mike, nene nia Betty Howe, nega muvatama verurted. Hello, my name is Betty Howe, and I'm the youth language teacher here under the education department. And I'd like to welcome all the new teachers, and it's good that, you're going to teach the young people, our young people, and so I just want to say a little bit about what I do. First of all, our priority is to teach them the youth language. First of all, they come into my classroom and they select an Indian name, and it's usually an animal or an object. And when they do come in, they are taught how to address each other in Ute, and then we go on with who they are, their parents. We have a roll call in their Ute name, and so pretty much it's teaching them the numbers, colors, angles, and parts of their body, and there's not much that we can do in a month. We meet 4 times a month, every Wednesday, for 45 minutes to an hour, and the kids are amazing, how much they learn just in those 4 days for the month. And we have the elder committee coming in every second Wednesday to talk to the kids, to hear their progress and what they're learning, and they will also talk to the kids about the past and answer any questions that the kids have regarding the old ways. And we're sort of sensitive about, we were in the beginning about teaching them about rites of passage, but we find out now that it's pretty important that they know it, and as they go on, in their age, that when they do come, for example, when they're on their starting their monthly menstrual cycle, you will see absence in the community, in the school, in your school, where they won't be there for maybe a week. And the truancy here, is aware that this has happened, and sometimes there will be absences during the school year, during each month, just for a few days. Sometimes they get used to it, and we're sensitive about that, and because there's things that they have to do along with it, like not touching their face and not washing their hair, and but anyhow, about and the teachers, they probably don't understand and mark them as absent, or what do you call it, unexcused. So forgive us for that, but that's part of our tradition. So going on, they'll be absent for funerals. They'll be absent for our tribal holidays, we have bear dance, but that's usually in the summer. But we'll have things going on throughout the year. And in the past, the school has been they've understood the reasons why when it comes to culture and our traditional ways. So, but other than that, the new teachers, we welcome you to this area. And in my classroom, I will teach them, of course, their name and their how to treat other people, the colors, the body parts, the numbers, and they learn to sing songs, and they play traditional games. When it comes near bear dance time, the girls will be making skirts, and they all learn how to play a traditional game called hand game. They get kits, and they'll paint them and use them. And the boys will make the growlers that the singers use. And throughout the year, and all this is taught by the elders of the Ute Mountain Tribal Elder Committee. And our chairman, Alfred, will show them how to make drumsticks, and they will sit and use them. And we've had the girls make skirts, and they had a little dance using their drumsticks and wearing their skirts for the girls. And but it's pretty awesome how much the kids can learn in just like 4 times for the month and just very little time. But that shows you that they really are eager to learn, and it's important that they're taught their language and their culture, and because that's their identity. And we appreciate the how Tina, the director for the education program, the employees here, that they share once in a while, and they look at us, and they know what we're doing, and we may be noisy or whatever, but they understand. We'll all work together here in this department, and I'm pretty lucky to be here, and I love my students, and so I'm just, ask me any questions. I'm here at the education 970-564-5348, and I don't have my own extension, and I can't see your smoke signals. I'm indoor, but please call me if you have any questions. And we do beadwork, we do all kinds of activities also with the kids. So thank you and welcome.
So we're going to go on a tour of Toyac. So I'm going to be with Mr. Cal here, who's taking us around. We're going to be showing you some of the different departments and telling you about what we have here that is for our students and for our community. So I hope you enjoy our tour. And then if you have questions, you can call me and ask me, and I'll be happy to help you. My direct line is 564-5359, and my cell number is 970-739-5814, and I welcome any call. So please let me know. So we will start our tour. So teachers, we're going to go down, and I'm going to show you the Head Start building. And it does have a Ute name, and I can't pronounce it, but it is in Ute, and we like to have our children know what the Ute words look like. And so this is our daycare Head Start building. And it's, if we could go in, you could see that everything's little and made for the little children. And we have some very dedicated teachers and staff there that are helping our students. So that's the daycare Head Start. There's 3 buildings. One is the BIA building where things take place from Bureau of Indian Affairs. Then we have the Animal Control or the Brunot office, and they take care of the hunting and fishing rights and the dog situation out here, which can kind of be rough. As you can see, we have a lot of dogs roaming around. And then the next building is the Minerals and Audits. They take care of all of our mineral and audits. They take care of any kind of mineral awards that people get personally and for the tribe as a whole. So that's what that department does. They also take care of the oil and gas that is taken off and refined, and that's a profit for the tribe. And then the last building is environmental, and they take care of making sure that we do our trash correctly, that we're doing things with our grounds, our trees, our streams, our little water outlets. They take care of all of that. So, and they are just finished a study on the climate change. So that's a very interesting study. And that was just completed. From there, we're going to go up, and you can see our fleet department. That's anybody who needs a car to do their job. They go to the fleet department. They're issued a car or a truck or a van, whatever it is. We have 2 buses that we are assigned to get kids back and forth to the Kiva and for after-school tutoring. So that's how we use the fleet. Diabetes is a department that helps our members who have diabetes. We have many that unfortunately have gotten to the point where they're on dialysis, and so they watch them and make sure they get transported up to the dialysis unit in Cortez to get their treatments. Unfortunately, our tribe has been stricken with diabetes. I think it's something with Native Americans, but I myself am a diabetic, and I know that a lot of our members have diabetes, or it's through their families, so we have to be very careful about that. And it's a disease that just you have to always be aware of what you're eating, what you're doing, how much exercise you get, and many of our people are not in control of their diabetes, unfortunately. So if you do have a parent that gets cranky with you, keep in mind that it could be their diabetes, and give them that break. And we're always here to help anytime there's any kind of issue. The health center. The health center is a PHS health center, which means that it's open for any Native American. You don't just have to be Ute. You can be any tribe as long as you have the certificate of Indian blood to prove that you're at least a quarter. So that's our health center, and they have an eye clinic, they have dental clinic, they can do x-rays, and they also have specialty clinics that come in and out, once a month to help people. They have feet clinics and diabetes clinics, and it's really a one-stop shop place, and any of our students can use that. And our recreation center is a very nice center. It was just remodeled a few years ago. I think they're getting ready to try and get it remodeled again and add a walking path to that. But it has a gym, weightlifting, and workout room. It has a gym, a full-size gym that they do basketball tournaments in and other gatherings. And it has a full pool. The swim team at the high school used to use it before they got the Cortez Recreation Center. So it is a full-size pool, and a lot of kids use this center. So it's very valuable. Right now it is closed because of COVID. So the next building is the community building, and it houses our Tawahe program. And it is open for any use for the tribal departments or any kind of, they were doing birthday parties and family gatherings. I'm not sure if they're doing that now because of COVID or not, but it's a building that a lot of use gets done out of that building. So Okay, this is our counseling and treatment department, and they have a staff of what they call CAC licensed counselors for alcohol and any kind of alcohol related treatment. And they are certified to help those families and individuals who do have alcohol issues. They also have a lady there that works with the opioids, and she works specifically with those clients. And she does a lot of other things with that position, which is very good. And they are open to see anybody who lives here or who has issues. And they also do some individual counseling with people. So it's not just alcohol or opioids or drug dependencies. It's also if you just have issues that you want to talk to somebody, they are licensed counselors who can help. So unfortunately, this department is not used to the extent it could be used, but it is there and available and more than willing to help people. So that's our counseling and treatment center. And they also do sweats with some of the individuals here, and that kind of helps people to kind of feel better about themselves, get all those impurities out so that they feel better about themselves. So they do have sweats here too. And then we go over and there's the BIA, and that's the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and that's where our tribal court is housed. Tribal court and the RRI program, recidivism. And they are helping students to get past any kind of trouble they've been in and get them on a positive path so that they can be successful. So they work very closely with the court. The next building is the Learning Center, and it houses our Human Resources Department, our Tarot Department, and some of the higher education classrooms are there. It also houses our work experience program where anybody who doesn't have a job, there's day jobs, and he handles that part of it. And that's a very important part because it helps our people to have a job and get some income. So the next building is our social services building, and it has a full staff there. And you know about social services. We work closely with them, with some of our kids, especially with suspected child abuse in a home or even at school. So we work very closely with them. The department right at the end of across from social services is our ALP office. And that houses Terry Knight and the preservation office. They do a lot of things with repatriation. I can't hardly say that word, but he does a lot of things with burials and land and history. And that's a very important department, and he's very knowledgeable. So if you want to have information about that, that's the place to go. And his name is Terry Knight. And then our tribal office houses it houses our tribal council all on the top floor. It houses our attorney. It houses our IT department, technology. It houses our finance, purchasing, and that's where most of our business takes place, is in the tribal office. It also has tribal council chambers, which is very, very beautiful. So if you ever get a chance to see that, it would be very nice for you to come down and see our tribal council chambers. We go down the road and we have our youth shelter. It's called the Sunrise Youth Shelter, and it is for homeless or runaway. And right now I'm not sure how many students they have there, but they usually do have one or two. And they house them and try and take care of them, work with the departments to make sure that they're in school and doing what they need to do depending on the situation. And right across from there is our senior citizens department. And they provide lunches for senior citizens, and senior citizens that can come and be there. I'm not sure they're doing that during COVID right now, but before they would have gatherings and they would just sit and visit, and it was a place for them to get away and just enjoy the company of other seniors. So, and that's where our elder committee comes from. And our elder committee is very important. And if you want to talk to any of our elders about coming and talking to your classrooms, this is the department that you would call Rafina Weeks, and she could get elders to come and talk to your students at school. They tell wonderful stories, and our kids really enjoy our elders. Just down from the tribal office is our housing department. Every house on the reservation is usually under our housing. Even the trailers that you see are under the housing department, and they check on them, make sure that they're there legally, make sure everything's run through there. So our housing department takes care of a lot of any kind of housing issue. Across from housing is Public Works. They handle anything mechanical, plumbing, electrical, anything that's wrong with your home. They are in charge of taking care of that. And usually there's not a charge. If there is, it's minimal. So they do take care of our homes here and where we live. This is the Maguan Behavior Center, and they have counselors here who are available to talk to students and to work with families. Their goal is to work with our families here and help them have a better family home and try and work on things. They're very good about keeping things private, which is good. But we also are going to involve them in some of our students who are having issues at school and hoping to get them to go into some counseling and solve whatever problem that they are having, because we want them to be successful students. So this is our Maguan Health. And we do have Mark Wing, who's here, who's specially working with the students. So you will probably hear from him, but he is their student representative there. And then we have the WIC program, which is in the old part of our clinic. The WIC program and the CHR, they are departments that are here to go into the homes, work with women, infant, and children. That's what WIC stands for, making sure they get good nutrition, keep up on their immunizations, and that they have healthy children. And our CHRs go to any home where there's an elder or someone who is diabetic and like on dialysis. They check on them, they make sure they're okay. So that's a very important program here, especially if you have an illness. They also take care of people who have cancer and who are not doing well. They make home visits to those homes. So it's a very important department. The public safety building is a big building, and it provides our reservation with emergency care. If you call the number, they will come to your home, check and make sure if it's a medical emergency, a fire emergency, or just a concern. Maybe somebody's having issues at that home and argumentative, those kind of things. They can come to those kind of things, especially if it's health related or emergency related. Otherwise, we do have the police station. It's one of our biggest complexes here. It houses juveniles, young ages to age of 16. After they're 16, they are housed in the adult part. So there's two sections, the youth section and the adult section. And they do have a teacher that's on board in the youth section. So if you do have a student who is incarcerated, there is a teacher there that you could call and work with to try and get homework done so that they don't lose out on their education. So that's a very important thing. Oh, and we have our own post office. It's been here a long, long time. And people do have boxes. You do have to live here in order to get a post office box, but they get mail here. So if you are mailing a letter, make sure it's a post office box and it goes right to here. We don't have mail delivery service. So people either have a mailbox or sometimes they do general delivery, but I think they're trying to get away from that because they want them to have post office boxes. So that's our post office. Our next building is our food distribution, and we have food distribution just like they do in town, but it is for people who live here in Toyac, and they give out all kinds of really good stuff. I love their cheese. They have cheese, meats, vegetables, sometimes fresh vegetables, sometimes frozen meat is given out. So if anybody is on the commodities, they have some good food from here. So you have to meet the standards, of course, but that's our food commodities building. And then the last building is our fire management building. And anytime there's a huge forest fire, that building is maintained. At one point, when Mesa Verde was on fire a few years ago, they actually cleared this whole area, and there was tents and helicopters coming in and out of Toyac because it is an emergency fire management building. So if there's a huge fire, they clear us all out and they set up camp right here so they can fly in and out. That's an important building because if there is a huge fire, that's where they base out of. And then right past that is our graveyard on down, and many of our members are buried there, and it's a special place for a lot of people. That is the end of our tour. If you have questions or you would like to know about something, please call me and let me know. Thank you.